Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is prime my skin. So I'm using the primer water from Smashbox, and I'm just gonna spray it onto my face and let it dry for a second before I put my foundation on. Okay, so now I'm applying my L'Oreal True Match in color W7. So I applied way too much foundation right here. This is what not to do. So start out with a small amount and then you can always build from there, but because I put so much on my brush at one time, I'm just kind of blending it all over the place. So the way I apply my foundation is I'll pat it onto my skin first, kind of like this, and then I'll begin buffing it into my skin a little bit more. So when you buff it onto your skin, it'll blend it a little bit better, but if you pat it in first, it'll give you the most full coverage. So that's why I do it that way. And also make sure that you blend your foundation into your hairline and also down your neck so everything's perfectly blended and perfectly cohesive. So the camera's making my foundation look super light, but I promise in person it does not look like that. So now moving on to concealing, I'm using NARS Creamy Concealer in the color Ginger. If you're a little bit lighter than me, the color Custard is a really pretty color. So the way I'm going to apply this is kind of in a triangle shape. So I'm going to start in the corner of my eye, work it down towards my nose, and then bring it up towards my temples. So this kind of technique is going to give the appearance that your face is a little bit more lifted and a little bit brighter. So now I'm going to go in and highlight with the same concealer on my chin, on the bridge of my nose, and then on my forehead. And this is just going to further brighten up the skin. Okay, so now I'm going in with my Sigma F86 brush, and I'm going to go in and blend all of this out. So I'm going in and blending the very edges of this concealer out. I'm not really sweeping the product around and moving it around too much. I'm really just pressing it into my skin. All those dreams won't go. And also make sure that you get your lids, because that's going to help prep us for the eyeshadows that we're going to use later on. It'll be alright. We've gotten strange, we've gotten older. It'll be alright. So doing the same thing to your chin, your nose, and your forehead. I'm not sweeping the products around at all. I'm literally just pressing it into my skin. Okay, so now I'm going back into my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, and I'm going in with the shade Banana, which is going to be the yellowy highlight color, and I'm using that to set my under eyes and also all the areas that we highlighted. Okay, so now I'm going back into my Anastasia contour kit and using that middle contour color, and I'm going to use this to sculpt out the face a little bit. So I'm going to put it around my hairline, under my cheekbone a little bit to help define that, and then a little bit on my jawline. So this is just really going to sculpt and define the face, and it's going to allow those areas to recede a little bit. When I apply my contour to my cheekbone, I put it right under my bone and then I blend it upwards. So if you blend it downwards, it's going to defeat the purpose of even contouring and bronzing in the first place. because what contouring is a technique that allows you to apply darker color to make your face appear more lifted and more chiseled. So you apply it to your cheekbone and then you blend it upwards. So now I'm going in with the darker shade from the same palette, and this is just gonna help further sculpt out the face. So now I'm going in with my Maya Mia palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Nude, and I'm going to apply that all over my eye area as a base. So now I'm going to go in with the color Warm Taupe, and this is mainly going to go into the crease area, but it does not have to be perfect. I'm pretty much putting it on my crease and then kind of blending it all over the place, but this is really just going to be our transition shade for the darker colors that we're going to put on after. So now I'm going in with the color Caramel, and I'm going to apply this the same way I applied the Warm Taupe, but this is just going to help warm up the crease because it's a lot warmer of a color. And I'm definitely applying this in layers. I'm not picking up a whole lot of product and trying to blend it all out at once. I'm going to put on a very thin layer, make sure that's blended out, and then I'm going to go back into the palette and apply more product as I go. So I'm really rounding out my eye at this point with this color. I don't want it flicked out or anything like that. I want this to be a very rounded, kind of blown out look. So now I'm taking the color Sienna, and this is going to go directly into the crease area. And I'm using a more tapered brush for this. I'm using the Sephora Pro Tapered Blending Brush, and it's definitely going to be a lot smaller than the brush I used before. So this is going to help apply the product in a more concentrated area. So now I'm going to take the E35 brush by Sigma, and I'm just going to blend all of these colors out. So now I'm taking the color Glisten. It's a very pretty kind of like a champagne color, and this is going to be our all over lid color. So now we're going to do the under eye area. I'm going to take the warm taupe color, the first color that we applied on the crease area, and I'm taking an angled brush and I'm putting it right underneath my lash line. And I'm mainly applying this more on the outer corner of my eye just to add a little bit more definition. And here I wanted the under eye area to be a little bit darker, so I went back in with the caramel color and I deepened it up a little bit. And now I'm going in with a blending brush to just blend everything out. Now I'm taking vanilla and I'm putting it on the inner corner of my eye. This is a really, really good trick to use if you want your eyes to appear more awake and more bright. So now I'm going in with Melba by MAC, and this is going to be a very natural blush, so any natural blush that you have in home will do. Just something that will give a nice flush to your cheeks because we're going to go in later with a darker lip. So you don't want anything to be too overpowering. So now I'm going in with the highlight shade from the Anastasia Contour Kit, and I'm just applying this to all the high points of my face. So the top of my cheekbone, the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my Cupid's bow. Okay, so now I'm going in with a natural lip liner. This is the color 20 by Jordana, and I'm just gonna outline my lips with this. Okay, so I was obviously very excited about this color. This is Anastasia's liquid lipstick in the color Sad Girl, and it is the most gorgeous color. It has a little flecks of sparkle, but you can barely see it, and it's just this beautiful, like, berry wine color. It's just gorgeous. So now I'm going in with a little bit of my concealer on a concealer brush, and I'm just cleaning up all of the edges to make sure that everything's super crisp and super clean. And this is the finished look, you guys. I hope you like it. It's very soft, very easy to accomplish, and you can really switch up the color of the lips. You can use pink, you can use nude, you can really customize it to your needs. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.